and welcome back to Interpret the Stars, where today we're talking about the coronavirus, Contagion. Over the last weekend, my wife and I were staying in as much as humanly possible thanks to this crazy nationwide scare going on outside, and we thought it was a smart idea to watch a couple of movies about epidemic diseases. One of them was Outbreak, and the other was Contagion. Out of the two, Outbreak was definitely the movie, it had more of a fictional feel to it with an actual narrative, but Contagion felt crazily close to home. Whatever you do, guys, whether you have to go to work or you have to go out to shop, try your hardest to wash your hands and not palpate everything. Let's get cracking. This review is brought to you by the word of the day, palpate. Examine a part of the body by touch. Contagion follows around the lives and careers of many people around the world as a massive pandemic breaks out into the world. First seen in China and quickly spreading around the world, the CDC and World Health Organization work tirelessly to figure out how to stop it before it claims more lives, and of course create a vaccine before it's too late. This movie has recently been referred to as the film that predicted the coronavirus because it really is just like it. The only difference is that the coronavirus can take weeks to show up, making it almost scarier than this film's virus, which only takes a couple of days to show up, so it operates a lot faster than our current virus. Also, a quicker acting virus is a lot scarier for the purpose of a film. But yeah, my wife and I were watching this movie with just this face of we were uncomfortable, to say the least, because it was hitting so close to home and it was doing a really good job of being technically realistic. It was checking all the boxes that it needed to check. Whoever wrote this film certainly did their homework. But apart from this film hitting close to home, it's hard to call it a movie per se. It really is, because it's mostly a realistic documentary of what to expect in a dire situation like this. That's it. There is no main character. There is no main narrative. There's just too much happening all at once, so it's kind of convoluted. My main complaint, actually, is the fact that it's star-studded for no reason. I've never been a huge fan of ensemble cast films unless everybody feels born to play the role, which they almost never do, and the same applies here. Nobody really feels born to play their roles, but the nice thing about it is that if it wasn't star-studded, I hardly think an audience would be able to keep up with all the changes happening in the film. But if it goes back to, say, Lawrence Fishburne or Jude Law or Matt Damon, the audience can be like, oh yeah, I remember their characters, I remember what their role is, and I can follow it a little bit closer. But they're independent characters, they're not that memorable. So I definitely have a love-hate relationship with this movie, because while I can certainly see people hating it and thinking that it's incredibly boring, I think it did precisely what it sought out to do. It never made a mistake, and that's more clear to see in today's world than it was easy to see when it came out in 2011. I gotta say, man, there's a lot of great use of cinematography and editing. I never really caught it when it first came out, but there's a lot of these moments in the film that are just drawn-out shots of people just touching stuff. And you can tell that all of these things that they're touching, they're just common objects that 1,000 other people will touch in a day. And it really gets the germaphobes squirming, because all you have to do is imagine about who else will touch this guardrail, who else is going to touch that desk. And after they touch it, what else are they going to touch in a day? It's crazy, because that's exactly our problem right now. And it's just second nature to touch stuff, to touch our faces, and nobody thinks twice about what they're actually doing, about how much harm it could possibly impose. Alright guys, final score time. From an unbiased viewpoint, Contagion isn't much of a movie. Like I said, there is no main character, there is no main narrative, so it's kind of convoluted. It's made decently enough, like I said, with the cinematography and editing, and the acting is actually pretty great, so my unbiased score would have been 72%. But because it hits so close to home and is so realistic in how it operates, I couldn't help but give it a bias score of 88%. And when you average the two scores together, you get an average score of 80%, granting it a letter grade of B-. So here's the deal, guys. PSA time. Stay home if you can. I know some people are taking this virus seriously while others aren't. I'm not even in a high-risk state. I'm in Michigan, and I saw in the course of something like 2 days, confirmed cases went from 2 to, I think today it was 53 confirmed cases. And it'll probably only get worse from here. We were one of the first states to shut all public schools down for a month, statewide. But if they're putting kids in daycare because people have to go to work, it's not going to do much help. meaning that we could see a nationwide quarantine if things like this get much worse, which is something that they've already done in other countries. So guys, stay safe. Anyways, guys, for YouTube, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button if you like this review and would like to see some others like it. Hit the thumbs up button because that always helps out my channel. And don't forget about the little bell icon because that'll help notify you when I come out with my next review. And until then, peace out!